Lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
Filled with chicks and orgies nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to puppy camp?
Hell no.
I mean, I'm 13 years old. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? There were a lot of things I seen, and a lot of positions I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be.
Well, I mentioned that earlier. Like he said about Stevie J, the Usher part. That's a touchy situation, man.
In a recent court proceeding, Diddy comes faced heightened scrutiny as attorneys presented a resurfaced 2016 interview with Usher, wherein the singer recounted witnessing very curious things while living with Diddy at the age of 13. User described being exposed to aspects of the music industry's lifestyle that he was too young to fully comprehend at the time. This development adds to the mounting legal challenges confronting Diddy, who is currently embroiled in multiple lawsuits alleging misconduct and mistreatment.
Important because we know that Usher, when he was very young, was handed over to Diddy. He was literally handed over to Diddy to live with him for a short period of time. Don't take my word for it. You can listen to Usher in his own words discussing that time period in his life with none other than Howard Stern. Take a listen.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to puppy camp?
Hell no.
Well said. Hey, a lot of people don't know this, but I had legal guardianship of Usher. How old was you, Usher?
I was 13.
13 years old.
Going on 25.
Going on 25. I did his first album.
Okay. What's up, bro?
Don't remember the second album, but Usher does have a first album that's a classic. That I executive produced, but most importantly, that's how he became my brother. And to see the way you grow, your home, and to see you get better with your craft, and to see the man that you turned into and the consciousness that you have.
Usher, and artist, has spoken about his experiences at Diddy's Flavor Camp. This was a period in his life when he lived with Diddy for a year. Usher was sent to New York City to live with Diddy and known as Puff Daddy in the 1990s. When he was just 14 years old, this experience was referred to as Puffy Flavor Camp.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah, that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgies nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you saying?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
Answer at the end. You're a dad now. Would you ever send him to Puffy Camp? No. Of course I would not do that. Things that you witness. You're staying up until 4 a.m. at these Diddy parties. And they're laughing. I love that. It makes it even more special because it's Howard Stern that's contributing to this conversation. And obviously Howard Stern is completely mental about Trump, about horrible Trump is this and that. And he's laughing about Diddy parties and learning that there's a 13-year-old kid there witnessing what he describes as orgies. Like Howard Stern says, orgies, were you there? Did you see this? And they're laughing at this, right? Usher certainly knew what went down at Diddy parties is the point that I'm making, okay? All of Hollywood knew what went down at Diddy parties. We could show you clip after clip after clip of them all mocking and laughing about everything that happened.
Usher has described his time at the camp as a period of witnessing curious things and pretty wild events. Despite the camp's reputation, Usher felt like a little brother and was treated as such by Diddy. He also mentioned that he got a chance to see some things that he didn't necessarily understand at the time.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your
Jodeci,
parents were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, does it keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And what do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like, you know,
What
like
a
a living.
So when Usher signed and became a quote-unquote mentor to Justin Bieber, why didn't he mentor him against going to Diddy's house? Wouldn't that be a nice thing for your mentor and your friend to do? Why is it beginning to feel like everything that Kanye West told us about Hollywood might...
Usher has also spoken about how Diddy's influence extended beyond just being an artist. Diddy helped him understand life and business on a different level. User got a front row seat to see Diddy's transition from independence to becoming Puff Daddy. However, Usher has stated that he would not send his own kids to Diddy's camp, implying that it wasn't a great environment for a young teen. Despite the challenges, this experience played a significant role in shaping Usher's career and life.
I genuinely find it insane how there are so many times when things are spoken about or said, whether it be on podcasts or radio talk shows, that kind of just go unnoticed at the moment. But once something pops off, like what recently happened with Diddy, and you look back, it becomes very revealing and scary. I think that interview with Usher is hands down the most revealing. The one where Usher was on the Howard Stern show.
Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, made some serious allegations in an interview on the Art of Dialogue podcast. He claimed that Diddy groomed Usher when the singer was a teenager. Deal mentioned that Usher wasn't completely transparent about his time at Diddy's Flavor Camp. He also referenced a misconduct lawsuit against Diddy, suggesting that Acer might be the unnamed R&B artist mentioned in the suit.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business. Right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story.
Yeah, that is weird, man. I never knew about that, man. You never told me about that, man. But to get back to this lawsuit, right, Lil Rod, he also alleges that, you know, Diddy, he will grope his genitals and he will grope his anus.
My man, I didn't understand that one right now because his anus is your asshole. His genital is his nut. So I guess he had to be naked when Puff was doing that. Where was he at? What was he doing? Because he said that they never had sex. You read it.
Gene Deal has made some serious allegations about Diddy's relationship with Lil Rod. According to Deal, Lil Rod admitted in his lawsuit to waking up with Diddy and 2 other men in bed. Deal has expressed his opinion on this matter, suggesting that there might be something disturbing about the relationship between Diddy and Lil Rod.
In the thing, they never had sex. He made claims that they never had sex, but how would he grope your anus? Your asshole? How would he play with your genitals?
Yeah, it don't make sense.
It don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with 2 other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened? I think he was just trying to save face, man.
But do you think it's a possibility that he meant that, you know, Diddy will grope his, you know, butt, you know, instead of anus? I mean, I'm trying to figure out how does that work, you know, somebody groping your anus.
You gonna say your...
Justin Bieber had a similar experience with Diddy in 2009 when Bieber was a rising teenage star eager to connect with the music mogul. With the support of his growing fan base, Bieber successfully caught Diddy's attention, leading to the creation of a video titled 48 Hours with Diddy.
Yeah, so turn 16. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time. Right here? Yeah, this is yours. It's a little dusty. First shot.
Man. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, I mean, I'm 15. You can ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
In the video, Diddy is seen making a statement that raised eyebrows, saying they're having the times of their lives, like where we are hanging out and what we're doing we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. While the video was initially presented as a fun behind-the-scenes look at their time together, several unsettling details have since resurfaced, leaving many viewers uncomfortable with the dynamics portrayed.
Slow down, Josh. Okay.
Slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours. You're 16. You have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're 18 in the house. Up the mansion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are we off to?
Where'd you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where we go?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the time of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing.
Moreover, reports suggest that Bieber may have faced experiences similar to those of other young artists who were mentored by Diddy. The blurred lines between mentorship and exposure to an adult lifestyle have sparked concerns, especially as more testimonies and allegations against Diddy come to light. This has led to increased scrutiny over how young talents like Bieber were influenced during their formative years in the industry.
We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher. He did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, we gonna go full crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do for the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some breakfast.
So then who's the guy who's claiming he recorded it?
Somebody that got paid?
Yeah, he said
it's somebody that got paid.
Yeah.
Just like it wasn't seminal fluid that Justin Bieber was wiping away from his mouth when he brought his face up from Odell Beckham's groin in a club with Trey Songz on the lookout.
The images are there.
Diddy back.
Was Justin Bieber caught trying to recruit young girls for Diddy parties? Justin Bieber allegedly messaged a 15-year-old model named Inka Williams in 2015, the pop superstar, after she wanted to meet up at his Sydney hotel room through Instagram Messenger while he was on the Australian leg of his tour. She was allegedly shocked by the message because he was 22 years old at the time, and she was 15. One time during a concert, Justin asked if there were any 14-year-olds in the room and pointed out it was only 4 more years until they turned 18. Justin was known to frequent Brazil for ex-workers, a known hotbed for...
The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent. The ladies nice. Hey you, everybody make sure your breath is fresh and cull up. Make sure you lotioned up a CL. You know what I'm saying? If you smoking weed, get the line strips. Please be respectful, ladies. If they don't want to dance, don't let that hold you back, cause this whole put that D Jones. Come on, gang, get to the dance floor, yeah. Music. We've actually spoken with several people who say, frankly, they're not surprised by any of this. This is the innate odd attention. Rather, in terms of the investigation, now shifts to some of Diddy's friends and employees. What are your thoughts on the allegations surrounding Diddy, Usher, and Justin Bieber? Do you think young artists should be better protected in the music industry? Share your opinions in the comments below. And thanks for watching this video, guys. Bye-bye.